Hey everybody, got a quick mini lesson for you today on the opening to John Lee Hooker's Boom Boom. We are in the key of F. This is from the original 1961 recording. The song's been recorded a whole bunch of times, including by John Lee. And most of the later ones he was down in E, but I really like it in F because of how the licks flow, and also because these licks then, since they're based on a movable shape, are going to be transposable easily into other keys. So we're in the key of F using the minor pentatonic, which you may be familiar with the scale, but you may not. Here's F note on fret 1 of string 6, and we're going to go like this. 1 to 4, 1 to 3, 1 to 3. Then this is our root again, right? Pentatonic means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to do that again. Fret 3, next string fret 1, 3, 1, 4, 1. Now, John Lee uses a slightly different fingering. From here, he doesn't run the whole scale. We'll get into this. But starting from that second octave, I am now on the D string at the 3rd fret. I'm going to go to the index finger here on fret 1, ring finger on fret 3, just like before, except this time I'm sliding that finger from 3 up to 5 on the same string, string 3. And I really need to mention how important these slides are. There is more than one kind of slide. There is a slide where you can hear the starting note, and the starting note has a time value, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. That slide is timed. But a grace note slide, which is most of what we use in this tune, is... So when I say you don't really hear the starting note, I mean, yeah, you can tell if it's close or far, a long slide or a short slide, but the note you start from has no time value of its own. It's simply a setup, which is what we're doing here. The middle finger is now in position to grab this E flat on the 4th fret of the B string. And so the lick we're going to use is to start on the 3rd string, gliding into string 5 from in the neighborhood of gliding into fret 5 of the G string from the neighborhood of fret 3, setting up the middle finger, come back to the ring finger on 5, but this time we're going to glide down tricky because you need to land on that ring finger and then immediately note that this is an arm move, not a finger move. But then we're going to drop to index and then to ring on the D string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. Lick 2 starts on D string 3rd fret on the F note, goes to the index finger A flat here on the 1st fret of the G, and now we have a pre-bend. I'm going to add middle and ring to the G string, and I'm going to push that string up without picking and then strike it and release. If you can't get that clean, you want to practice doing this. Notice what happens to my wrist. So I am not doing this. That would be using my finger muscles backed up by the entire arm, and it's wasted effort. What we really want is this. The movement is literally a twist. And to make things even a little bit more complicated, we're going to bend the string first, what we call a pre-bend, and then... So here's the lick. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. Now we repeat lick 1, except we're heading to the 4 chord, so we're going to end it differently. We're going to start it on fret, well, in the neighborhood of fret 3, glide to 5 like we did the first time. 2, 3, 4, 1. Down to the B flat on the first fret of the A string to match the change to B flat chord, the B flat chord. And then we return to lick 2. Now, I said it was a pre-bend before. I mean, you really could. And now that I'm looking more closely at my tab, maybe that's what I did. I think I said pre-bend. It's a small detail. You probably have an easier time doing bend up and release it, so maybe we should do it this way. Ring, index, grab middle and ring. And if we're going to do it this way, I actually like to pull from the G string. It feels more natural to pull towards the floor. Notice, though, the wrist is still involved. So I do think I misspoke about that pre-bend, but you should know how to do both of these things, and either way sounds good. Versus, it's a very subtle difference. So again, now we go back to lick 1 with another variation, because we're going to the 5 chord C7, so we need to account for that. So slide on the G, here's middle finger on the 4th fret B, slide, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. This B flat note goes with an F7 chord. C7 chord, sorry, it's still morning. Over C7, and then the final. This is starting from the A string at the 3rd fret, and then D string 1, 3, G string 1. Quarter tone bend, meaning I barely move it. Again, I'm pulling the string towards the floor, and it's just a little rotation of my hand, my arm rather, but I'm not looking for more of a change in the sound than just, it's not, that's too far. Now, the guitar has the lead voice in the intro of the song. The rest of the band answers. This is a clear example of call and response. So we have this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Band answers. Da, 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 da. Da, dee, da, da, bam. Da, dee, da, da. Da, dee, da, da, da. Dee, da, da. 2, 3, 4, 1. Now when the vocal comes in, the guitar joins in with the band, and the lick that we were playing as lick 1 becomes an answer. A boom, 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 boom. Da, dee, da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Boom, 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 boom. Basically repeating the same primary lick to go with the band on those answers. Now it opens up from there, but this intro is a great place to start. If you are learning blues lead, even if you've learned all your scales and are running them up and down the neck but haven't really learned how to improvise or solo or phrase, this is such a great example of efficient, simple phrasing that is so powerful, so iconic, and this is really the kind of place you want to start. If you want to play blues lead, don't start with Stevie Ray. Start here and work your way up. So I'm going to continue this as a series, going to cover a bunch of different things. It's not just going to be blues lead. Today was the blues, John Lee Hooker, and continue to dive into it as we go, but I want to get one of these out every week and keep them relatively simple. This is all integrated with a blog on NashvilleGuitarGuru.com. If you're watching it from there, you already know this. If you're watching it on Facebook or YouTube, the link is in the description. I have a written article about how to play this same thing. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.